So, hello everyone. So, I am going to do a part three to my Karmic Detour series. So, today we are going to focus on this in particular. For the divine feminines who have been blindsided by the karmic vow. So, this discourse is for divine feminines whose masculine married another. So, we're going to talk about healing through the shock, the simulation, and the soul truth. So, this is what I would call the holy shock. So, there comes a moment in some very advanced twin flame journeys that feels like the ultimate betrayal. Not ghosting, not ignoring, but this he married someone else. And often, either he tells the divine feminine or she finds out for herself. So, and when that happens, whether he didn't tell her or told her or revealed it as though it was no big deal, this moment brings the feminine to her knees, not because she's weak, but because she knows in her bones this is not truth, this is not so, but it still happened. So, this discourse is for the kind of twin flame, the ones carrying monadic blueprints, starseed vows, and high frequency unions, tasked with breaking false relational grids on this planet. So now let's look into who this happens to, the sacred category of twin flames affected. The feminine who has already awakened an inner union. So this is not the wounded feminine who chases. This is the sovereign flame. She has done the work. She has integrated her shadow, anchored her mission, called back her power, ceased emotional begging. And yet the masculine runs, not just in silence, but in the arms of another. So remember, to this category of divine feminines, this isn't a sign of your failure. It is a sign of the ego's panic at the threshold of ascension. When the divine masculine cannot hold the light you carry, he often defaults to a karmic arrangement or agreement to block the soul level spiral from completing. So, this is the masculine who mistakes familiarity for safety. The divine masculine in this stage is facing soul rupture, fracturing between identity and essence, unwilling to stand naked before God and his divine feminine. So to him, the divine feminine does not feel like home. She feels like annihilation. The karmic or NPC level third party becomes a stabilizer. So this is what goes through in his mind. That NPC or karmic doesn't threaten his matrix. She doesn't reflect what he's avoiding. She allows your divine masculine to delay the becoming. But this marriage is often a false contract to soothe his fear, a ritualized delay tactic, a soul contract breaker rather than maker. So now, the twin flames on monadic twin flames especially, with the whole galactic templates. This shocking event usually happens to flame bearers with cosmic mission codes. Lyran, Sirian, Palladian, and starseeds from Andromeda. This happens. Monadic twin flames meant to collapse Earth's false marriage grids too, and high-level frequency holders who trigger the masculine's deep ego unraveling. So that's the reason why, many of you may be asked, hey, I've done all the work and why? It's because it's part of the template, guys. So the masculine in these unions often cannot ground the mission alone, collapse under the vibrational pressure, grabs onto the nearest karmic anchor to delay his collapse. But the marriage is not sacred. It is an interim structure to slow down awakening. And you, the divine feminine, are not meant to be replaced. You are the truth he cannot withstand. So, what exactly is your divine masculine doing? And what is this whole marriage about? Remember, he's choosing the simulation, not love. This is not true love. This is a vibrational matching within his current ego structure. The karmic partner reflects his fear, validates his comfort zone, mirrors his unawakened self. The marriage is not soul union, it's matrix preservation. It buys him time. It quiets the divine feminine's echo. It tells the world that he's safe, he's normal, that he made it. But internally, it will never last because he has already met you. His soul already met you. So the marriage acts as an energetic lockdown. Often this event happens. It often happens when you are very near reunion. So a recent activation or deep soul pull towards you, the divine feminine, is what happens. So that's why he suddenly distances, marries another, or blocks. Why? Because his ego believes it's safer to enter a karmic contract than to face his spiritual initiation. This lockdown marriage acts as a psychic defense mechanism, shields him from his own awakening, creates an energetic illusion of closure. But illusions don't last, right? And the soul doesn't forget. But what it does to the feminine and the sacred alchemy that occurs within. So the soul shock of being replaced by an NPC, this specific pain strikes at ancient codes. So you would often feel, as the divine feminine, betrayed, rejected, as if the truth is lost and the illusion has won. But in truth, this activates soul memories of being silenced, removed, erased across lifetimes, across temples, across planets, and across galaxies. What's happening isn't just heartbreak, it's timeline convergence. You are not grieving him, you're grieving every lifetime you were denied, hidden, or sacrificed. So let's look at choice. Victim, rival, or priestess. This shock initiates a fork in the road. You can collapse into comparison with the karmic, rage at the masculines being a coward, or beg to be seen. Or the fourth option is to rise. Rising into the priestess archetype, the one who no longer asks to be chosen because she remembers she's the one, is where you are heading towards. So this rise is not a performance. It's an energetic detachment from the grid of the marriage itself. And from this altitude, the karmic contract begins to dissolve, not by force, but by frequency dissonance. The divine feminine becomes the living proof of the third energy. When she chooses truth over ego, her field becomes sovereign. She no longer matches the karmic timeline. She becomes energetically inaccessible to deception. Her inner masculine holds her, protects her, completes her. And the divine masculine, he begins to feel it. Not through guilt, not through pressure, but through the collapse of comfort, because the NPC can no longer satisfy his soul and the feminine is no longer available in lag. This is the activation point of the real timeline. So remember, she's not the bride. The feminine must remember, he may have entered a contract, but you are the covenant. He may have found a partner, but you are the counterpart. He may have worn a ring, but you hold the codes. And in time, as all illusion burn, what is true will return. So remember, guys, he did not marry her. He married his fear. He sealed himself into a karmic loop and he's struggling. So I hope, this discourse helps you to understand that what happened is not your fault or because there's something that you did wrong. It happened because you are in your highest frequency and you are here to shatter your divine masculine's illusion. I hope you have enjoyed this discourse. It's short, but you know what? I'm going to do more parts to it, and this is dedicated to this category of divine feminines. The pain is the worst, and I know, a lot of my clients are going through this as well. And if you are in this stage, remember you're not alone. God is with you, and remember it is part of the journey. Most importantly, remember you have survived the worst, and it's only going to get better after this. I will see you all for part 2. Take care, and I hope you have enjoyed the discourse.